All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel once more. Kai DeVeo, thanks for tuning in. Man, it's crazy right now because there was a report that 95% of hospitality jobs in Las Vegas will pretty much go away due to automation, or should I just say AI. And as we all know, the goal is to reduce spending in companies and organizations. But let's go ahead and check out what the news has to say about it. Let's go.
It's known for constantly reinventing itself, evolving from a gambling town in the middle of the desert to the entertainment capital of the world and now the sports capital of the world. But could we soon evolve in ways that put many of our neighbors out of a job? Tonight, Steve Wolford is live overlooking the Strip with an in-depth look at local tourism. And Steve, you also are looking at AI, how that could impact many of our hospitality workers.
This is Adam, a robotic bartender I first told you about 3 years ago, manufactured in Las Vegas by Rich Tech, which says Adam and his robotic cousins are designed to help humans be more productive, not replace them. But the not too distant future has arrived, and advances in automation and artificial intelligence are the reasons for an eye-popping report from RCG Economics. According to the new research, between now and the end of next year, 80 to 95% of these hospitality jobs are at risk because of AI and automation. And by 2030, just 5 years from now, 65 to 80% of the front desk and accounting clerks and housekeeping dispatchers will be at risk.
And see, and that's what most of the economy makes up on the Las Vegas Strip. Most of these people work these jobs for a living. And with the chance of Uber and Lyft on the side if they have time. And these are let alone average everyday people. They have families to feed, rent and mortgage to pay for. So it's like the cost of living in Vegas has gone up, right? But then the wages are stagnant too. There's not a lot of good paying jobs in Vegas, not even in healthcare, because the hospitals within that area have a lot of bad ratings too. There's just not enough to go around in Vegas, even though it's growing. The only reason why Vegas is growing because a lot of outsiders are coming in because they pretty much got priced out of wherever they originally came from. So they looked at Vegas. Vegas is like an oasis to them. It's like heaven. But then it's not heaven to the people that pretty much grew up in Vegas, the locals.
Along with as many as half of all food service workers.
Well, if your role is at risk, it could mean that the actual job that a human being is currently doing could be eliminated and replaced by AI or robotics, or it simply means that the future hiring plans, the expansion plans, are going to be relegated mostly to non-human roles.
And in real numbers, Economist Mike Pequeen with Hightower Las Vegas says those percentages are staggering.
Right now, we have a little over 300,000 people employed directly in the hospitality industry in Southern Nevada. According to this RCG report, somewhere between 77,000 and 92,000 of those people could have their jobs at risk in the next few years based on the development of AI and automation.
Did you hear that? And let alone in Vegas itself, which is pretty much high in hospitality, right? So you have to think. With the city population of what? I think it's over 500,000 people now. So you're telling me 100,000 people will be out of work? So that means more people are going to be receiving public services if they're not already on it. Or maybe they just need to increase because now it's harder for them to find a work. And pretty much what's going on with Amazon and even Wayfair, there's a lot of automation in those warehouses too, because they're using robots package and box up everything as well.
It's been evolving very rapidly. It's exceeding the expectations in terms of it's happening really fast.
Aya Shatta is an assistant professor and an AI expert at UNLV and says advancements in AI are happening at breakneck speed, but she doesn't believe it's poised to put very many humans out of a job on the Strip.
It's not going to be as good as human. It's more about the productivity and the performance and cutting the costs. But will it be exactly like the human? No. I feel Even every time you try to get on the phone and there's like a chatbot talking to you, it's never the same. Like, give me someone to speak to sometimes. But it can be helpful at certain points.
Still, the RCG report says AI is still attractive to the big resorts, which generated $17.8 billion in wages in July and another $1.5 billion in health benefits. That's an average of $4,800 per employee just in healthcare coverage. But robots work 24/7 and don't call out sick.
The motivation of an employer to use robotics and or AI in their business is to increase their profits.
And see, that's another problem with most jobs, even if they are full-time or part-time benefited. A lot of companies and organizations get away with non-benefited positions because the goal is not to pay the employee benefits because it's too expensive. So imagine you're paying out of pocket for healthcare. Now think about the employer in general. They employ a bunch of thousands of people, and that's a bunch of people that they have to pay healthcare for. So that's why they're resorting to automation and robots, because they don't have to worry about anybody calling out sick, complaining, talking back. As we all know, most people in America complain about anything and everything. So that's another reason why this is happening to begin with.
Human beings are expensive.
It was a strike issue in 2018 and again in 2023. It is a major issue for us.
That's why Culinary Union Secretary Treasurer Ted Papageorge got automation concessions in recent contract talks. 6 months notice when a union job is threatened, allowing that employee to be retrained for a new job. And ultimately what Papageorge calls a safety net.
If you're going to lose your job, our language says you get $2,000 for every year work and 6 months of health care payments and 6 months of pension payments. And so those three buckets have been negotiated. They're in our contracts, and we're very proud of them.
Well, the thing is that just for somebody with no dependents or people that have dependents? Because see, if you have dependents on your, on your benefits and everything, your benefits plan, that matters as well. So that's not really clear.
And here's something else that the research indicates. The trend toward automation and AI will put a disproportionate number of women out of work, or at least at risk of losing their jobs.
Wow. But see, you want to know who's not going to lose their jobs? The strippers that work in the club. And when you go to Vegas, a lot of people like to go there to the clubs, whether they're strippers or not. So that's like a last hope. But then a lot of people, well, I won't say a lot of people, but there's women that don't want to be a stripper, but they might have to resort to it if they lose their hospitality job, their housekeeping job. I mean, it's still service work, so they'll still get some good tips because a lot of rich guys, CEOs, a lot of elite guys go to Vegas, so they'll do good in tips if that's the case, if they have to resort to strip club work.
According to the Keenan Institute of Private Enterprise, 8 out of 10 women currently occupy jobs that are highly exposed to AI automation. That's 59 million women nationally. As for men, 6 out of 10, that translates into 49 million nationally.
Well, he's missing a big sector because office workers are replaced with AI too. Because most office positions could be eliminated. Most director jobs, I'm talking about the high up CEO type, administrator jobs, secretary jobs. Those jobs could be easily wiped out with automation.
To you.
Another look at the gender gap there. Hey, Steve, does the research say anything about which hotels might be in a bigger rush to incorporate more AI, also automation?
Well, that's right. Logically, you would think that the bigger resorts would be in a bigger rush to go toward automation, but actually they have larger profit margins, so they'll be more inclined, according to the research, to keep humans on board. It's the smaller resorts with the narrower profit margins that might be pushing a little faster toward AI so they can get those expensive humans off the payrolls and the health insurance plans.
Wow. So we're too expensive. So jobs, basically, when they employ people, we're just liabilities. So That's why you don't get attached to any job, because they don't care about people. They're just numbers. They're just football numbers to the companies. Use them, abuse them. If you don't like it, quit. That's pretty much how it is. So basically, does that mean the MGM group is exempt from this? You're telling me MGM's not looking at automation? Because MGM owns half of that strip. So that means the smaller hotels that are, I guess, pretty much close to going out of business are the ones that are leaning towards this. The lower profit margins. The Tropicana just closed, and a few others are about to close too. This is Kai DeVale. I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.
Thank you.